Hi. So women have been called lots of things. They've been called mothers, they've been called wives, they've been called, sisters and even daughters. But rarely we get to hear women who mount the stage of leadership with a round of applause. And that's exactly what we're about to discuss today. You know why? Welcome to the month of March. It is the Women's International Day and International Women's Day, I beg your pardon. And today we are going to be discussing women at the helms of affair. Women who should be leading aside from being relegated to the background as maybe mothers or even wives who only have their affairs in the kitchen. Today I'm being joined by two beautiful women. If you see them, in fact, you've seen them already, can't you? Two amazing. You look so beautiful. Aww. I just have to put that out there. You look amazing. Radiant. That's the word. Amazing. Anyway, I would have them introduce themselves. You know why? Because I want to hype them as they do it. So, you beautiful ladies are welcome to Serenity TV.
Thank you.
My name is Faith Martins, and it's such an honor to be seated here in the midst of amazing, beautiful women. This is the actual women supporting women vibe. You agree?
I like that.
You're welcome. Please introduce yourself to us.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Barrister Chinenye Aka. I'm a lawyer who practices in Owerri. I'm a member of MBA, the current secretary of MBA WF, of the Women Forum, and also a member of FIDA. Thank you for having me.
Amazing. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Barrister Alabi Ogenerukewe. I am a mother and I am a legal practitioner. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Should I call you Barrister Alabi or Ogene?
Okay, Barrister Alabi. Yeah, okay. I really prefer that because my name is quite long. So most persons might not be able to pronounce it fully.
For me not to I won't say I won't accept. Yes, you're married, but your name, removing your name, I don't like that. I'm Chinenye Aka. Aka, yes, by marriage. But I shouldn't believe my name, Chinenye, should be silenced.
Do you agree with her? But do you get the point that she's trying to make?
Yes, I got the point.
Okay. But so what do you have to say to that?
Well, I because of my name, most times, yes. When I pronounce, most people would not be able to pronounce it the way it should be. So I just leave it as Alabi, since Alabi is kind of a short, it's a short form. Yes. It's easily, you can easily pronounce it and is a...
Okay. So first of all, let me just say it's your choice. You get to make the decision, which is also amazing. But I would go with Barrister Chinenye here. Let me explain why.
Okay.
So I understand that your name might be really lengthy, like there is Ogenerukewe. Am I correct?
Yeah.
And lots of people might not pronounce Ogenerukewe. I don't know, but if it means you shortening the name, if you permit that they shorten the name to Ogene, that makes more sense. Why? I don't think there's anything wrong with bearing your partner's name or making sure that your partner's name is really elaborated. But there is something about you as a person, first of all, before you as a wife, right? And you as a person, as much as you would want to hold your husband, you as a person needs to shine as well. So right now, you're sort of pushing that person behind just because you're making excuses for human beings who cannot pronounce your name, who you should actually stipulate to pronounce your name and get it right. If you cannot get my name right, you have no business calling me by my full name. You just call me Barrister. That's okay. When you get how to pronounce Ogenerukewe, then that's good for you. Rather than calling your husband's name, which should be there. There is nothing wrong with it. But there is something about you as a person and it should shine really bright. Example, Ibukun Awoshika. You cannot call Awoshika without calling Ibukun. You get?
Okay. I get you.
I'm not saying, but it's still your choice.
Yeah, it's my choice.
Exactly.
Some persons, they go by it. They call they bring out their husband's name. So it's a choice.
It's a choice. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Alabi. Barrister Alabi. I called you a doctor. Maybe in your former life you were a doctor or something.
Or maybe I'm going to be a doctor
soon, right? That's amazing. Barrister Alabi and Barrister Chinenye, you're welcome to Serenity TV once again. So on the 8th of March, which happens to be on a Sunday, is the International Women's Day. How do you feel about that?
Wow. I mean, we are expectant to get the theme for this year.
Okay.
We're looking forward to it. Majorly on, it still boils down to the topic we are talking on today concerning women in leadership.
Yeah.
Yes, women, we've been clamoring for women should be placed in a position of leadership because, yes, women will make up 50% of the society.
Yeah. If not more.
And if no more too.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. But yet, women are relegated to only participate in the voting aspect, but are not allowed to participate in the option of being voted for.
Yeah.
So, let's face it, I make up half of the society and I'm not allowed to. It doesn't make sense. The male dominance, the patriarchal system has really taken the affairs of the Nigerian society, which when you find out when a woman tries to come up and she's not, I won't say she's not allowed to, but there are so many hindrances for her not to voice out, for her not to be placed in that position the way a man is relegated in the society. Okay. So I am...
So you're saying women have less privilege than men do?
Yes. Presently, yes.
You're less
we
privileged.
have a lot of factor on that's making women less privileged. Not that they are not educated. Not that if a woman is placed in that position, she can't do better. Because bet you, if a woman is given the governor or the president of Nigeria, I bet you Nigeria will be transformed. But she's not given the opportunity because we have a lot of factor negating her from achieving those dreams. And what are those negative factors? Our traditional and the cultural system has made it to say, women, the only place is homemaking, you're relegated to the kitchen and then for making babies, which is a very, formally is a mindset that is predominant. But presently, do you agree with me that women should not be relegated in the background? Because let's face it, in a society where women leads, the woman do better. Let's say, for example, well-known Dr. Ngozi Okonjo. See the way she's making waves in the international sector. Or even, okay, fine, we shouldn't go to the international. Locally, the present CEO of Zenith Bank, Dr. Adora Umoji, she's, presently, Zenith Bank used to, previously what you hear of Zenith Bank, loan and all that, CBN, but now they are making wave internationally. These are the women we need to, let's face it, if a woman is given power, she does beautifully well. She will turn that sector into something that is unimaginable.
Okay.
Because we are known to build, we are known to multitask. Women are known for so many things.
Okay.
So we have to allow a woman to lead. So the cultural sector, the patriarchy, because it's believed that yes, the man is should be dominated in the political sector. As our topic goes on to say women in leadership, why women shouldn't? Why are they lesser women rather
in leadership?
Well, there are so many factors, like I stated earlier, the cultural and traditional. They also have these political barriers in the sense that...
Before we get to the political barriers, I wouldn't want us to lay all our cards on the table. Let's dwell on the patriarchal system because it is a problem, right? And it's a
menace, not even a problem.
Yeah.
It's something that has eaten the African society deeply, that most men find it hard to detach themselves from it. And the next minute they will tell you, the woman needs to be under the man. That's the mindset. A woman ought not to rule a man. It will be the other way around. Okay. But let's face it.
Okay.
The men, they are ruling so far since Nigeria gained independence. That's like 60 years. Has anything really improved that much?
Yeah.
But look at our international society where women are presidents and leaders. Have you seen the difference? See the way women are making waves in the society. These are what we are talking about. Allow a woman to lead. And you will notice the difference. You will notice that there are so many changes in the society.
Okay. Just so I still dwell on that.
Okay.
Right? We're talking about the patriarchal system and how it has eaten deep into the fabric of lots of African men, which is obvious. It's the fact, actually. But then again, let's throw patriarchy right at women. Somebody might ask, what do I mean? Now, I would explain it by saying there are lots of women who have sort of believed that a woman is supposed to be behind while the
That's
man
the
is leading.
leading.
There is a mindset shift that has happened, all thanks to patriarchy, whereby you see a woman who would not have confidence in the fact that she could actually be something
Yeah.
without the man being in front.
That's
So
the
let's
truth.
even discuss patriarchy in the woman's angle.
You know, the thing, discussing in the woman's angle, women have that mindset, oh, the man should lead at all time.
Not all women though.
Most women,
yes.
most women, and that's why this advocacy thing, most of these CSO are advocating, which is the best.
Yeah.
But are they actually getting it? Because no matter how you talk, no matter how you push it forward, most of them don't want to remove that ideology of,
Exactly.
let the man lead. But and also this issue of pull down syndrome, most women have. No, it is better the man should lead than me. In fact, you will see a man comes out for this political position, the woman comes and the woman will say, no, it is better I should vote for the man.
Exactly.
Instead of the woman.
Women we actually vote.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And forgetting the fact that when you vote in that woman, she might implement laws that will help you as a woman. And you know, women, we are that emotional, you know. Women tends to push laws of education, women's rights, child care, and all that. But normally the man, his own is, okay, let me make the money, men, they don't go towards those, they don't push forward to those laws that will
benefit the women.
Enhance women.
or
Exactly.
even enhance the women.
Exactly.
They don't.
Let me just throw in my leg here and what have Barrister Alabi answer to this. So
Okay.
recently we had a senator in the House of Representative who pushed for women empowerment, literally. You know, Senator Natasha. And one of the things that happened was she was shut down.
Yes.
You know, conversations were made and agreed upon without properly allowing the woman in the house to voice out her opinion. And that's because we have less women in leadership, in government. And there's been a bill that's been circulating for more women in leadership.
HB 1894.
Exactly. And we don't know anything about that bill. Currently it's still ongoing,
It's still
but there is no swift push. Let me explain that by saying,
because we don't have a woman there to help us push it. That's where the issue is. If we have, and I will appeal to women, this current election, women should come out. And women should vote for women. So that we should push for those laws and legislative system so that women should, in fact, these laws need to come into places. We need to. Okay, what is that bill talking about? Definitely on women's rights.
Yeah, having more
and
women.
what are women's rights? You know, the annoying thing is that women's rights, they are not really asking for much though. Okay, there are laws which women are pushing for, like that of the Domestic Violence and the Child Rights Act. I am complaining that my right is being trampled upon. You should please help me push this bill so that, because you know, most men, like okay, let's talk about this domestic violence thing. Most men take it that it's their right to beat a woman.
Yes, they own the woman.
And you won't blame them because our constitution and our laws do not have, apart from that, the VAMP law, which although is enacted, but it's not implemented in Imo State. But our law, like our criminal code and our penal code,
does
like
not implement that.
In fact, penal code gives the man the room to beat the wife. Yes. Section 60 of the penal code. In fact, it says if the woman misbehaved, the man has the right to chastise his wife. And then our criminal code, okay, for domestic violence, what do they relate it to? It just barely the assault. They relegate it to assault. But if it's a man, the assault becomes a felony. If it's a woman, it just barely misdemeanor. So when you look at these laws, you find that even the constitution and Nigerian laws, they are more favorable to the man. And why?
Than the woman.
Because women were not empowered then to
when those laws were implemented.
And that's why we are advocating for and pushing for that bill, women's rights, to be that bill should be enacted in constitution. And that's why women are really pushing for it.
And it's quite slow paced. It's taking, little steps, as opposed to, honestly, and I hear you loud and clear when you say it's because we do not have a woman there that is pushing for it. Now let's talk about
men too. We have the she for a or the he for a she who are really
pushing for it.
doing well, like this Honorable Benjamin.
Yeah.
He's really doing well, but so far in the house, how many people are supporting him?
Exactly what I'm saying.
Most men would not
Most
support.
of them are not.
Exactly.
Because they know is what they do, and most men feel, oh yes, I want to be in charge. If you now push for this right and all that, mean that I cannot chastise or do anything. But in the same, the annoyed part of this, the penal code, and you agree that, the constitution per se, you agree that a 12-year-old should be regarded as an adult because she's married.
Yeah.
But you agree that the husband should, the law is, you wonder why the law is just, you're agreeing in this part and you're disagreeing in this part. It doesn't make sense.
All right. Barrister Alabi, let us talk about how we can implement, or not really implement though, but how we can speak to more women. The International Women's Day is usually a day where lots of people just celebrate, buy gifts for women, and it just usually ends with that. We have, NGOs organize, little seminars and webinars for young women, but the elephant in the room is usually not being addressed. We have this conversation coming once or twice, and then literally when we are done with celebrating this in the Women's Month, everybody goes to bed, everybody goes to sleep. We do not have people who are pushing for that to happen. So how do we as women begin to clamor for our voice to be heard? What ways do you think we can ask for it, aside from having more women in positions, right? So how do we begin to demand for it? And I'm asking you this question because we do have women who still think that they cannot be anything aside from being wives.
Yeah.
Women who believe that the man has to bring the money so that they can go and cook or something. We have women in positions where they'll say, I want you to be the MD. Or, take, I want you to be the MD. And they'll be like, no, give it to this man. I don't think I can handle all the stress. And we also have women who are, they're being given a position, or they deserve a position. And those positions are taken away from them because they are not, they're not the male gender. Now, how do we begin to reinforce it into the minds of women? How do we begin to drill it into the mind of women that you can actually be at the top?
Yeah.
How do we do that?
Well, I think we should do more campaigns.
Okay.
We should do more campaigns. And this time around, I think the men should also be involved. Yes, I strongly believe that if the men support, it would go a long way. I just feel so, because we, the women, we can't do it alone.
Yeah.
We can't do it alone. The men we should solicit for the men to be involved, to be involved, to support. If the men support, naturally, it's going to, we are going to, because, I was remembering Obasanjo's time during his tenure. I know how he actually, made women come out into positions. And, it was really amazing. Women were given the opportunity to lead. So if the men comes out to support women, I'm very, very sure that we'll go a long way.
Yeah, but in a situation, I agree with you though, however, but in a situation where we have men who are not, because I'm asking this because honestly speaking, we have 99.5% of men, if not 99.9% of men who believe that women should not lead. And I will explain that. I'll explain that by citing a recent photo that spread on social media. I think today Ednot posted it, where he mentioned that, this lady being the president of Nigeria, Natasha, and lots of women, or rather men, said, God forbid.
Yes.
They would rather vote for a bad government than to have her come.
That is the mindset we always have concerning this patriarchal thing we're talking about. Because men believe they should be on top at all times.
Exactly.
You don't want to see, in fact, you don't want to see a woman lead. for you is a no.
Exactly.
And it's a wrong mindset because I believe who, if you know the way, please lead
Exactly.
and help us.
Yeah.
The major thing is, are we getting the end point? But these men will not, because they believe, oh, if that woman leads, she will, rather than for them, she will want to dominate and then see men as.
And they are so emotional and lots of things. So I'm asking,
they forget that, let's face the fact, women do better in politics. So yes, we have few women in the political sector, but are they making waves? Forget the ones that are there on tokenism aspect. I'm not interested. I'm talking of women who are doing well. Like Natasha, you just mentioned. She's making waves. Yes, she's been silenced most times but she's making waves.
Yeah, how about?
And you find out those policies she's pushing are things pertaining to women.
Exactly.
And she's doing well in it. So why not give her a chance? And another person I would still say, I mean, the president's wife, she's still really, although yes,
she has always been in.
She has. Yeah. She's really pushing for these gender laws and women's rights too. But you see, people, what is the end point? People say, oh, she wants to be the president. She's the one ruling the husband. But forget, because they have that mindset. Women are not supposed to lead. They are supposed to follow.
Exactly.
And it's the wrong mindset.
However, just to twist and turn a little bit, you did mention Natasha and, some other women who are really doing fantastically well.
Yeah.
However, we had Daizani.
Yeah. Oh.
We had Daizani, a very smart woman.
Yeah.
But then again, she did a shege banza. How do we begin to explain that shege banza? I'm asking this to say, you've mentioned really amazing women, and I just want to know, is this even gender-based or individually based?
It's individually based, per se. I am not saying that a man cannot do better.
Okay.
No, I am not of that view. Men can do better. Women can do it. All depend on the individual, whether he or she, whoever it is. But you find that most times, like I stated earlier, these laws that pertains to women tends to push it more when they're in power.
Yeah.
And they do beautifully well.
Yeah.
Look at internationally. If you mention but a few, they do very well.
Yeah.
And when they push these rights, okay, you want to talk of Rwanda, you want to talk of Kenya, or even India, you find that when these laws are implemented, or when women, they are in leadership, and women participation in politics, they are doing well. That is the mindset we should have. You shouldn't relegate. No, our constitution stated for the seats, affirmative action stated for the 35% seat reservation and affirmative action. Women, we are not saying we should be equal to the man. No. All we are saying is that give us a ground, a leverage to come up. What is 35%? If there's 10 men, give us just 3. Now, if in that 3, if they push for laws and then try and make 2 men to believe in them, have we not achieved a 2/3 majority? We have.
So speaking about the 35%, Barrister Alabi, do you think the reason why we're finding it really hard to give women that 35% that they seek really bad, not really we, but the men, I'm highlighting on the men this time around. Do you think the reason why they're finding it really hard to give that 35% is because for the life of them, they're probably scared that the women might just come and take over? You know that thing they say about what the man can do, a woman can do better. So do you think it is, the fear of let them not come and take over that seems to be the situation here?
Yes, it's the fear, and then it's intimidation.
Intimidation.
Yes, because you see this Natasha case, you can see the whole thing, how it came up and how it ended.
Yes.
So women, they just want to be subdued. They don't want to give women the opportunity to speak.
Yes, to breathe.
You watch some of the sessions.
Yeah.
You saw how she was being treated.
Sadly, very, very sadly, so is the fact that lots of women who were supposed to decry against that sort of treatment were in support.
That's the
So
problem.
how do we now have
even
exactly
the fellow women
Women are not supporting
in
women.
the house there, they are not
how do we now
supporting
have
her.
people who would
Women are
say,
not
okay, let me
supporting
go
women.
and stand on the road?
That is
So
the
women are not
issue.
supporting women.
No, that's the pull down syndrome thing we're talking about. A woman can easily support a man, but cannot support
a
his
woman.
fellow woman.
Let's
That's
even
the thing
leave
we are
leadership.
having.
Let's discuss women supporting women generally.
Mm.
How many times have we seen women? Because honestly, I say that with so much bitterness in my heart. This is a conversation that I always have every single in every single month of March. Women supporting women. We have not clocked it yet. I think we're going in to clock it, but we have not yet clocked it. There's so much envy that we have towards
Jealousy.
each other.
Yes.
And rather than allow ourselves to breathe a little bit, we rather all drown. May all of us drown.
Then someone should achieve some. That's the mindset an average woman out there have.
Yes.
But how do we
But do you
cure
think
this
it's
menace?
educational based, intellectually based, or do you think it's generally a woman
It's-
problem?
It's generally a woman
It's a general
problem. But two, it's still because I don't think education will educate a woman to pull her fellow woman.
Yeah.
No. I think it's generally women have this possessive jealousy thing in her. But for me, why should I be jealous of my fellow woman?
If she's rising up,
I believe there's room for everybody to
Yes.
rise up.
Yeah.
If you're rising, please pull me
You
up
encourage
so
the
that I
other
should
person.
rise
Yes.
up. So why do you want to pull me down? Instead of both of us should rise up and then achieve something good. That's the mindset. Also, in the aspect of the implementation we're talking of, women pulling each other down.
Okay.
We need to do more on advocacy. We need to talk to women. Women need to, on their own, have that mindset to say, yes, as I'm moving forward, please draw me by the hand.
Yeah.
Let us move together.
Yeah.
By the time we get that mindset, I believe the world, Nigeria, will be a better place for us.
Yes.
Let's not relegate ourselves to say, okay, I belong to only the man should take the play. No. If we come out, if we move forward, we can achieve something great in the society. And I'm left for me, I still say it tomorrow. I hope to see the day a woman take power and then lead in this country. I mean, these 60 years of Nigeria gaining their independence, not once.
Exactly, as a woman
A man
led.
becoming a governor, not once a president. Why is it so?
There's something wrong.
Because that's still this patriarchy, the barrier system, political barrier and all that. And okay, even talking on the political barrier aspect, most times the funding aspect still affects women too. Most women believe, okay, I don't have the money, so therefore I cannot run for this political positions. Women empowerment we need to work on women empowering their fellow women. Not only supporting, empower her. Educate
Financially,
her.
yeah.
Financial is important because without money, you can't run politics.
Exactly.
So politics involve a lot of money. So empower the woman financially. Women should rally around each other and then push whoever it is you believe can do better. Push her forward so that let her go out there and make things happen for us. And at least you give her that, yes, if you go out there, see what I want. See, please don't disappoint us. And I believe the woman might not, although I will not be, like you mentioned,
It's individually.
it's an individual thing. So I believe she should not disappoint and make things happen just the way it is internationally. So that's what, for my own mindset in that aspect, women pushing, supporting their fellow women. So that's it for me.
Thank you so much. I mean, you highlighted on the leadership aspect of it, and that made lots of sense. And also, thank you so much, Barrister Alabi. Now, let me ask you a final question, and then we'll wrap up.
Okay.
What do you hope would change this year with women in the conversation? What are you hoping to see women do better this year? So we don't just come, we celebrate the International Women's Day and it's over. What change are you hoping to see? What change are you vying for?
want women to be involved in policies. Yes, and majorly in the political aspect, because if women are there, just like we're talking about the push for the child rights and all of it, women will be able to enforce this thing, make it enforceable.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so that's what I feel. Women should be involved in politics, and we should be able to support ourselves. And I know few men too will support. Yeah, I know few men will also support. So I think it's.
Thank you so much, Barrister Alabi. Yeah. Barrister Chinenye, let's have your final word.
Well, I agree with my colleague. Women, we should support each other. This present election is
2027 January.
2027. Yeah. Then I think that of Imo State 2028.
Yes, it's 1 year.
Women should come out and women should support each other. I believe if a woman come out for governor and the other woman votes her in, things might change.
If all women run around,
things might change. Let me not conclude to say, okay, things will. Things might change. If a woman becomes the president today, things might change. So women, we should come out.
We should try.
Rally round. Come out. Don't only relegate yourself to say, okay, I should come out for election just to vote. Participate. Join a political party. Participate in election. And be voted for. And by the time, and let's face the fact, it's so annoying because in 2011, I mean, one woman came out as president. And what did she get? One vote. She only voted for herself. It shouldn't be so.
Exactly.
In this
it was really, really painful.
Yeah. It shouldn't be so this 2027 and 2028. Women, vote for your fellow women. Fellow woman rather. Allow a woman rule. Allow a woman to become mostly in fact, I'm so sorry about not diving into that. Currently, in our Imo house of our family, we don't have not even one woman.
We don't.
It's quite annoying. Women should, mostly in the state and national assembly, because this is where the laws are made.
Of course.
Go for it. Challenge yourself. Go for it. Implement those laws. Move for those laws to be enacted. And then let's see whether Nigeria will not have a better place for all of us to live in.
Thank you.
Thank
you so much, Barrister Chinenye. Thank you so much, Barrister Alabi. You've heard them. Two amazing, fantastic legal practitioners who have pushed you in ways that you ought to be pushed. Women, you're not just here to give birth to children. And you're going to be hearing more of this conversation because this is actually the Women's Month.